Hello everyone, Mecha219 here. Today, I have a little treat for all of you. This day, I will be unboxing two model kits for you today. So, the first model kit I will be unboxing is the Master Grade Freedom Gundam version 2.0. You have a nice shot of the Freedom with its wings open, beam saber ignited, in a really cool looking action pose. You have a you've got a Jin up there at the top, and you've got some debris floating around in space. Got the shield, beam saber ignited, and all that. So taking a look at this side of the box, you got a front view and rear view shot of the Freedom 2.0. A shot of it in its full burst mode with the beam cannons deployed, rail cannons deployed, beam rifle in hand. Looks like it's gonna mess your day up. And then you got about like the detail of the wings, some photos about the legs, the pilot figures, the weapons, some of the markings. And on this side of the box, you got the boost about the boosters in the wings. You got the toe bend, leg articulation, arm articulation, how the cannons move. And then you got the chest, the shoulders. Product materials is polystyrene. Miraculously, there is no PE plastic in this, meaning the polycaps. So it's all polystyrene in this kit. Then you got some symbols here about no glue, nippers required, painting, choking hazard, eco plug, whatever that means. Then Bandai Spirits. Then you got the barcode. And then you have this little thing here about the caution, read instruction manual. So that's about it for the box for this kit. So let's crack it open and see what we got. Okay, taking a look at our first bag of parts, you have your multicolored A plate done in red, yellow, and white. Basically parts, I'm guessing parts for like the cockpit, parts for the shoulders, parts for the rail cannons, the shield, I'm guessing these are like some of the leg thrusters, long part for the shield, parts for the back skirt armor, side skirt, parts for the rail cannons. I'm guessing this part here is like for the back. I'm guessing. I'm not exactly certain what this part is for. Then you got your two parts for the V-fin, parts for the head, sides of the head, back of the head, crotch piece. And you got your clear parts here. You got your I'm guessing this is for like the head cameras, the scope, and then the eyes. And then I'm guessing these are like for the hand guards, I'm guessing. And then you got parts here for the waist, main back skirt armor. So that's bag number one. The next bag is your eye plate and what looks like the plate with your base components. Base is done in all black, and then you have the eye plate done in the gray, and it's mostly your internal structure. You got this part here for the action base, for the base, and this part is compatible with an action base. So that way, if you don't want to use the included base, you can always use an action base 1, I think. Then you got your internal structure for the the waist. No, not the waist. That's for the torso. And then basically it's just various internal structure components for the kit. So, and you got some detailing right there if you wanted to go in and paint that up. But I don't paint the internal frames on my kits because, I mean, you're not really not going to see it anyway. And then you got like your hand options, and then just various components. So that's bag number 2. Next bag is parts for the wing. Basically, parts for the wings done in this navy blue, almost black color. So dark blue. And it's parts for your wings, parts for the torso. Basically, just various armor pieces. So, and you got some molded in detail. I don't know how well that's showing up on camera. But, oh yeah, that's part for the shield. That's the part of the shield. So, that's pretty good looking. Pretty cool. So that's bag number 3. Bag number 4 is in all white. Got parts for the shoulders. Got your the plasma cannons and various other components. Parts for the arms. I'm guessing that's some other parts for the cannons. And then the other plate is basically just it's duplicated, so you got 2 B plates. So that's that bag of parts. Next is your F1 and D plate. The F1 plate is done in this grayish color. It's basically parts for the railgun. You got this part here for the torso. These parts here for some vents. This part here, I'm guessing, is for the head here where my thumb is. Then this plate here is basically main parts for the shield and part for the beam rifle. So that's that bag of parts. Next is the C plate. And you got 2 of them, and it's basically parts for like the legs and various armor pieces. So, and you got some molded in detailing right there. So if you want to go in and panel line that, you probably could do that. But nothing to write home about. So that's that bag of parts. Next is the H plate, done in a really nice vibrant blue. It's basically mostly parts for the backpack and the beam rifle. Like that part there's for the beam rifle. And then you got this part here, which is for the torso. But the majority of it is for the backpack. And also in this bag you got your beam saber effect parts, and they look a little bit longer than your other mobile suits. So that's pretty cool. And you do have some molded in details on the wings that you can go in and panel line up. Up next is the E2 and F2 plates. And it's just parts for the wings, parts for the, I'm guessing it's parts for the beam cannons. And then you got these vent pieces here for the back of the legs. I'm guessing that's where that goes. And you got this part here, which I think is probably for the shoulders. And then your F2 plate is basically the other railgun. Railgun, rail cannon, whatever you want to call it. Up next is the J plates, and I think there's 2 of them in here. Yeah, you got your J plates, and there is 2 of them. And it's basically the majority of the internal structure. Turn around here so you can try to see it a little bit better. Sorry if you can't see that. It's the light reflecting. So that's all of your internal structure, and you do have some nice molded in detail on some of these parts here. So if you really wanted to go up and paint that, you could. And the other plate is the same thing, and you also got your your stickers, your foil stickers, dry transfers and marking seals. And I will be using the marking seals and the marking seals and the dry transfers on this kit, because the next kit, which will also be part of this video, that's why I'll be doing this, so that way, you know, get some practice. So that's that bag. Then last but not least, you got your other parts of the backpack. Basically, like the covers for like the boosters, parts for the wings, and other various parts. And you got your all your parts for the feet. So that looks really good. And again, you got some molded in detail. If you wanted to go in and pen line that up, you could if you wanted to. So, and again, you got 2 of these. So that's all for the parts. Up next, we have our instruction manual. And it's pretty much just your standard manual, standard instruction manual. Nothing really to write home about with this. So you got basically the cover has the same illustration as the box art. Open it up. You got some information about the Freedom. You got some stuff about the other suits, like the Duel, the Buster, the Aegis. I'm sorry, the Blitz and the Aegis. So, and then you got some more info. I'm sorry, hold on. Sorry, that was off camera. So you got the Duel, the Buster, the Blitz, and the Aegis. And then you got some stuff about the Freedom. And then you have how to put parts together, apply the marking seals and the dry transfers, cutting parts off the plates, and your table of contents. And it's just basically your standard manual: plate layout, assembly, more assembly, more assembly. And then you have MS tracks in the Cosmic Era. CE stands for Cosmic Era. And then you got about like the Descending Sword, Nightmare, and all that stuff. So then you got like the paint guide, how to painting up the pilots, panel lining, different mechanisms. Then you got about like the pilots, Kira Yamato, Athranzala, Lacus Klein. I think that's Lacus Klein. And then about different, again, the weapons. Then continues on with the construction, lower body, railgun, wing unit, the weapons, display base, how to like do this different stuff. And then the last page has the marking seals and dry transfers, where to put them. So that's pretty much it for this particular kit. But we have one more to go, and I will be right back with that kit. And welcome back to this video. So the second kit I have that I'm unboxing for you today is the Full Armor Unicorn Gundam Version Ka. Version Ka means Hajime Katoki or Katoki Hajime. And nice image of the unicorn with all of its weapons and its hyper beam javelin activated. So on this side of the box, on these sides of the, sorry about that, my the tripod legs collapsed. So on the sides of the box, you have this image. There's really nothing to like look at on this on the Version Ka kit, the boxes of them. But here we have you've got the about the base jabber, the base jabber or base jabber, and it shows like the thing, the hyper beam javelin folded up and open and unfolded. You got a full shot of the full armor unicorn with its weapons, all of its weapons, front view and back view shot, and it shows the you can use the triangular end of the beam javelin as a beam bayonet, so that's pretty cool. And then on this side of the box, it's basically just some like story about project, the Unicorn series 0096. Tells you the name, and then some stuff in Japanese which I can't read. So that's pretty much it for the box art. Not a lot to talk about the box art with the version cockpits. There's really not a lot to talk about with them, with version cockpits. So let's crack it open and see what's inside. So first bag, you have your X plates done in gray, clear pink, red, clear green. Parts. You got your parts for the hyper beam javelins. You got parts for some psycho frame parts for some of the weapons. Parts for like the hand grenade holders. You got your parts for you got your missiles, your hand grenades, some thruster pieces. And that's basically both of these frames here. And if you look at the beam effect parts for the beam javelins, you got some really nice molded details there. It's like, actually feels kind of texture because I can feel it through the bag. So that's pretty cool. That's bag number 1. Bag number 2 is the D plate, done in all white. Basically parts for the shield, well, one of the shields. And then you have your marking seals, dry transfers, foil stickers, and this kit has a lot, the most dry transfers and the most marking seals that I have ever seen in a master grade. So it is going to take quite a while to actually do all of this. But I'm up for it. I'm up for the challenge. So, and you got, looks like parts for, I'm going to say these are parts, I'm going to say you also got parts for like the, I'm not sure what that part is for. But we'll figure it out as we go along. So, that's bag number 2. Up next is your A plate, all your internal frame, or should I say your psycho frame, because you have regular frame parts and you got your psycho frame parts. And it's parts for shields, parts for like the body, parts for the cockpit, parts for some of your skirt armor, and various components. So that's pretty cool. Next up is the K plate, your K and I plate, and this is your main internal structure, and it's like got leg components, and various other areas. So, and then you got this plate here, which looks like it's parts for the shield and everything. So, yeah, that's kind of cool. That's actually really, really cool. Again, I'm sorry if you can't see it that well, because it's like, the light's reflecting off the plastic. So, that's pretty cool. Next up is the WB plate. Now, these barrels of the bazooka are for the are exclusive to the full armor unicorn. The kit does have the regular barrels, the original barrels, but those you will not be used, so you will have some leftover parts. You got your barrels for the bazookas, you got your little grenade launchers, ammo magazines, various like little thruster pieces for the base jabber, and you got your main part for the missile launchers and all that. And then you got these little lawn furniture looking parts. So yeah, that looks pretty cool. Now then you have your B plate again, which is I think the rest of the psycho frame for the kit, and it's basically leg armor, knee armor, and various components. Next up is G, the G plate, and it's various armor components, basically like the legs, like the arms, I think. You got your 4 beam saber handles. You've got so yeah. And then you got these parts here for the hands. So your legs and all that. Up next is the WC plates, and it's basically, these are for the all these parts are for the full armor, for the full armor. And it's basically parts for like the base jabber, parts for some of the weapons, and all that. So let me try to turn on the light here. Maybe that'll help. There we go. So there we go. So you got parts for the shield, and then all of that stuff. So yeah. Next up is the Y plate, and it's got the more parts for the base jabber, and you got these parts here for the legs. These are what's going to replace the legs on one of the previous plates we saw. And then you got your pink beam effect parts for your beam sabers. So you got this part here, which is going to attach to the unicorn. So yep, looks pretty cool. Up next is your end plate. Basically weapon parts. Looks like it's all weapon parts actually. Yeah, looks like it's all weapon parts. So and from the looks of it, you got 2 beam magnums. So yep, looks pretty good. And these barrels here, you will not be using these barrels here or those parts there, as far as I know. So yeah. So yep, looks good to me. Next up is the C plate, and it's basically your V fins, your horn and articulated V fin. And then it's basically parts for the head, some parts for the crotch area, side skirt armor, and all that stuff. So looks good to me anyway. Next is the J plate. It's basically all of your more of your internal structure. So yeah, it's a lot in here. So your J and your L plate. So I really can't explain what all of these components go to because it's a lot of them, and I don't want to mess anything up. So yeah. Next is the P and H plate, done in this really nice, again, dark navy blue. Basically parts for like the backpack, the feet, some parts of the, these are like the backpack and the feet. And then this part here is basically some more internal structure for like the waist unit, the hips, and all that stuff. Now we have the F plate, done in all white. Got more parts for the armor, basically parts for like the legs and all that stuff. So looks like maybe a couple parts for the shoulders, I'm guessing. So yeah, looks pretty cool. Next up is your Q plate, and you have 3 bags of the Q plates because you got 6, and these are like the beam Gatling guns. So you got those 6 of the beam Gatling guns, and each plate is its own gun. So if you just take a look at one of the Q plates, you can see you got parts for I'm guessing the barrels and all that. So yeah, I feel sorry for the people who had to go out and buy these, but now you have all 6 of them at one time. So that's pretty cool. Next up is your E plates, and it's again more white, more armor. Nothing to write home about. Next is your O plates and your M plate. It's basically all the parts for the ammo magazines for the beam magnums, and basically parts for internal structure. Next up is the Z plate, which is basically parts for the base jabber and your other two beam sabers. And then, last but not least, the WA plates, basically your parts for the shield, your parts for the other two shields, your propellant tanks, and all that stuff. So, pretty much it. So that's pretty much it of all the parts. Let's take a look at the manual. So, oops. So let me... Okay, so taking a look at the manual. We got some nice pictures of the full armor unicorn of the kit and all of its weapons. So yeah, that's actually kind of cool. I like that. And then we move on to the plate layout, then the construction, more construction, etc., etc. And then we got some color splash pages, drawings, line art, the unicorn riding on the base jabber, more construction, transformation, building the weapons, attaching the weapons to the kit, building the base jabber, how to put the unicorn onto the base jabber, and then 3 pages of the marking seals and dry transfer decals. So it's going to be a lot to this. So this ain't gonna this one's, I'm not gonna get this one fully done in one day or 2 days. It's probably gonna could probably take me like a week, if not longer, to fully build it. So that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked this 2-in-1 video, please hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments section. I will answer any questions to the best of my knowledge. And your comments, I love reading them. So if you that's pretty much it. And I guess I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.